Okay. I hope it's audible as well as visible. One message, please.
Yeah, sir, can you hear me now? Am I audible?
चलो अब तुम जाओ फैन कम करो
Uh, Dear students, am I audible to all of you? All right, great, great. So we are just starting in 2 minutes. Deepak, am I audible to you? Deepak, can you hear me?
Yeah, Anuj.
Can you play the video, Deepak, if possible?
Just give me 1 minute. Huh?
All right. So, dear students, we have a very good session coming up today. It is by a very, very experienced faculty, Mr. S.K. Jha, and he has come up with the topic Basics of Indian Economy. Okay. Now, S.K. Jha, sir, S.K. Jha, sir, is a PhD from Delhi School of Economics and is also a chartered accountant, and he has around 25 years of teaching experience for UPSC in the field of Indian economy. Okay, so vastly experienced, and he
Good
has
evening,
worked
everyone.
with.
Should I start now? Are you able to see me? Finally, are you able to hear me? Good evening again.
All right, students,
Okay,
we can
let
start with
us
it.
start.
All right.
It's a
Yes.
demo class for Indian economy, and myself, Eskaja, going to teach you Indian economy. Now, before we can start the topic, one thing that is very important: how do you find this subject? My question is very simple: how do you find this subject? Okay, it's a very easy or very difficult. Your opinion, please. Because what I can see, most of the people they find this subject very very difficult. What is your opinion? Okay, please mention through chat. How do you find this subject? Very easy, very difficult, or maybe very interesting? Yes, your answer, please. Okay. Not very easy. Okay, moderate. It's a hard to understand. Dynamic. Okay, all are correct. See, basically, this subject has two sides. Two sides. Either, firstly, either it's one of the most difficult subject you can have. Very boring. Okay, very difficult. From where to start and where to conclude, it's a very difficult to find. Okay, and once you get settled, okay, things are going to change. And that's why what I can say, most of the people they find this subject very very difficult. I repeat again, not only difficult but also very very confusing, very very confusing as well. Okay. This is the first side. Now the second side, okay, second side, okay, is this is one of the most easiest subject you can have. Yeah. What I personally believe, okay, in this subject, okay, this is basically you can say most applicable, because whatever we are going to discuss, okay, whether it's an Indian economy or whether it's a world economy, okay, things are already known to you people. Things are already known to you people. The only thing is, okay, you know the things in your own language, but in the books they are written in a very very technical manner. Yes, when you go through the books, you can come across with some very very technical points like, okay, revenue deficit. Yes, it's nothing. These things are known to everyone. What I say, okay, revenue deficit, it is basically, okay, very common thing. Yes, old people they used to tell you पैर उतना ही फैलाओ जितना चादर हो. These things I hope should be known to everyone. Now in the books it is known to be revenue deficit because they are very technical, and in a very technical manner books are being written or books have been written, and that's why you find the things very, very tough. Yes, whether it's the Indian economy or world economy, whatever we are going to discuss, everything is already known to you people. The only thing is you know the things in your own language, in a layman term, but in the books they are written in a very, very tough manner, and that makes this subject very, very boring. Yes, so what I believe personally, it is one of the most easiest subject you can have. Yes, nothing is to be studied. Whatever we are going through, everything is present, everything is applicable. So few things you have to keep in mind before we can start. See, every patient cannot be given the same medicine. This line basically is applicable in your syllabus as well. See, there are many papers you have to go through. Some of the papers, they are very, very static, or you can say little bit static. Some are very, very dynamic, like this paper, economics. So yes, in the same manner, you cannot discuss all the paper. This subject basically it is from here. Yes, if things are not clear, then you will find this subject very, very tough. Moreover, so first thing, what I would like to say, in this subject, 3 points you have to remember all the time. In this subject, everything is dynamic. Everything is dynamic. Nothing is constant. Nothing is constant. Yes, things are changing, and that too at a very, very fast rate. For example, demand. Is it constant? No, it is variable. What about supply? It is changing. Yes. What about your income? It should be changing. What about technology? It should be changing. It is changing at a very fast rate. What about other variable factors as well? So nothing is constant. Nothing is constant. In this subject, everything is going to change. And yes, not only things are very dynamic, but things are interrelated as well. Not only interrelated, but all are basically linked to each other. All are basically cause and effect of each other. You must be knowing the meaning of the word cause and effect of each other. I repeat again. Suppose we have to discuss 50 things. We have to discuss 50 things. All the 50 things, not only they are dynamic, but also they are interconnected. They are interlinked. And yes, all are cause and effect of each other. It means what? Out of the 50 things, if first is changing, it will affect the remaining 49. I repeat again. If first is changing, it is going to affect the remaining 49, and in the end first itself is going to be affected. It means first is what? It is basically cause as well as effect. So this cause and effect relationship is going to be the key. We cannot discuss things in isolation. Today we are going to discuss poverty, tomorrow planning. This is not the correct way of discussing this subject, because we have to follow a comprehensive approach. Yes, we have to link the things. Now you can say in UPSC, particularly in mains, yes, questions are coming from where economy is being linked with geography, economy is being linked with international relation, economy is being linked with other subject as well. So not only within economy things are interlinked, but also it has a link with other subject as well. Cause and effect relationship, that is the key. Should I ask one question? Yes, one word is called poverty. So poverty is cause or effect. Can you give some answer? Let us interact. Poverty is cause or effect. Yes, your answer please. Poverty is cause or effect. Yes, one person says it's effect. Second also effect. Second is also effect. Two answers have come. Some people say one of them is saying it's both. See, poverty basically is a cause as well as effect. It's a cause as well as effect. So one of the economists has said, and said rightly, poor are poor because they are poor. I repeat again, poor are poor because they are poor. It means poverty is cause as well as effect. Let me discuss by taking one example. You are poor because your parents are poor. So your parents become cause and you become effect. Now, your next generation will be poor because you are poor. So here you will become the cause and the next generation will become the effect. So this cycle has been formed where poverty is basically cause and effect of each other, and that's why it's a very difficult to break the cycle. Yes, poor are poor because they are poor. So in economics, everything, not only poverty, everything is cause and effect of each other. Okay, I take the example of poverty. So that interrelationship is going to be the key. Now, second thing that is very important for your mains paper. Okay, in fact, for prelims as well, one of the great economists has said, and said rightly, that no one can be made better off without making anyone worse off. I repeat again, no one can be made better off without making anyone worse off. It means, in a layman term, let me now discuss. Okay, everything has two sides. Two sides, okay, positive and negative. It means if one person is having some gain, at the same time, another is the loser. Okay, if one person is having a gain of rupee 1, it means at the same time, another is losing rupee 1. Okay, yes, okay, everything has two sides, positive and negative. And we have to see both the sides. Yes, what we can say in a layman term, without creating a new problem, old problem cannot be solved. So once we try to solve one of the problem at the same time, what will happen? Another problem will be created. When we try to solve the second one, okay, third problem will come and it will continue till economy there. Now, what about the policies of the government? They are means or end. So definitely they are the means to get them. And all the time you can say government of India is coming out with a new set of policies or maybe making changes, okay, making changes in the existing policy. So what is the purpose of coming out with a new set of policies? Why the new set of policies are being designed by the government? To solve the problem or to create the problem? You can easily say to solve the problem. But remember, okay, without creating a new problem, all the problems cannot be solved. Okay, once governments try to solve one of the problems, at the same time, another problem will be created. So we have to focus both the sides. Okay, what are the positives? What are the negative? I will give you, okay, by one example. Right now we are facing so many problems. List of problem is a very big. Okay, poverty is there, unemployment is there, xyz. So I will go for two major problems of the government. First is called inflation, and second is called deficits of the government. Inflation, okay, known to everyone. Now, what is deficits of the government? Deficit simply means expenses are more than the incomes of the government. And once deficit exceeds a certain level, yes, it is not good for the country, because financially government has to be very capable. If the government of India or maybe state government is financially very poor, the yes, okay, the entire economy is going to face the burden. This is what we can see in the coming days, and yes, at present as well. So deficits of the government, it is not a good sign for the country. Moreover, rate of inflation is now very high, and it is going to be higher in the coming days as well. So given the choice, okay, two problems out of numbers, okay, I'm going to discuss. So given the choice, okay, if the choice is given to you people, you would like to solve the problem of deficit first or inflation first. Okay, answer please. Two problems I'm going to discuss: deficits of the government and inflation. Inflation is very high. So given the choice to you people, in your preference order, you will give first preference to either deficit or inflation. It means you will like to solve the problems of deficit first, or maybe solving the problems of inflation. Answer please. Okay, at least one. You will give the preference to is deficit or inflation. Okay. Some people, they are opting for inflation. Okay, yes. One answer has come, the only one. Okay. Inflation. Okay. Some people say deficit. Both are correct. Now, those who are thinking about themselves, they will go for inflation. But those who are thinking about the nation, they will go for deficit. So I'm going for inflation. Inflation. Now, there are many reasons behind inflation in India, and one of the reason, okay, government of India's taxation policy. Yes, GST, direct taxes, the rate of taxes, they are very high. Okay, it is known to everyone कि if the crude oil prices they increase, यानी पेट्रोल डीजल महंगा तो सब कुछ महंगा. Right now, prices of petrol and diesel, they are at par with each other. Okay, in your home city, you can say. So suppose in Delhi, for every 1 liter of petrol, I'm paying 80 rupees. 80 rupees. So out of that, 70% is taxation. Okay. It means okay, for every 1 liter of diesel, whose price is rupees 80 today in Delhi, okay, it is inclusive of 70% of taxation. It means out of rupees 80, 56 rupee is the tax amount we are paying, highest in the world. Some of the taxes, they are levied by state government, some of them, they are by the central government. So both the governments, they are imposing their taxes. Okay, it is highest in the world. Okay, so what government of India or maybe state government can do to check the inflation? What they can do, they can cut the taxes on the petroleum product. Okay, if the taxation or taxes on the petroleum product, it is coming down, definitely prices of crude oil, they will come down. Or agar petrol diesel sasta hoga, so it is going to help inflation to come down. So one of the problem will be solved. But at the second side, okay, on the other side, what will happen to the problems of deficit? Now, cut in taxation will help inflation to come down, but taxation is the main source of income for the government. So when the tax rates are reduced by the government, what will happen? Yes, fall of revenue, or fall in revenue of the government. The revenue of the government will decrease, leading to more deficit. So what is the problem? Okay, when you try to solve one of the problem, at the same time, another problem will be created. Okay, so everything has two sides, positive and negative, and your approach has to be rational. Now in India, what we can say, most of the students, okay, they either blindly oppose or blindly support. Okay. For example, I will go for one of the decisions of the government, that was demonetization. Demonetization, Notbandi, it's a good or bad? It's a good or bad? Because most of the people, they know that more than 99% of the old currencies, they were again redeposited with RBI. So demonetization, it was a complete failure. That is not the case. Demonetization has many significance, okay, many dimensions. We will discuss one by one, okay, when we start the topic. Okay, some are positive, some are negative. So we have to see both the sides. Okay, these are the positives of demonetization and these are the negatives. Okay, because in the examination, what type of question will come? No one has the idea. No one has the idea. Sometimes you have to support the government. Sometimes you have to critically analyze the government. Okay, so yes, you have to be ready for both. So your approach has to be rational. These are the positives and these are the negative. Your approach has to be balanced, and then you can solve every question. Yes, and what I said, in India, okay, people are only of two types. Two types. Either they blindly support the government or blindly oppose the government, depending on to which party they belong. Okay, this is the problem. But right now, okay, you don't have to join any party, at least at the time of study. Your approach has to be rational. So when we discuss the topic, we will see both the sides. See, these are the positives and these are the negatives. Okay, so everything has two sides, positive and negative, and you will have to be very, very careful when we start the topic. Okay, so 2 points we have discussed before we can start. Now, third is, okay, third point is very important for you people. Very important. Now, third thing is going to make this subject very, very easy and very, very interesting. This is the subject where you are always getting 50% discount. Okay, I repeat again. This subject is always going to give you 50% discount. Okay, no other subject can give you more than this much of discount. Reason being, okay, why I said this subject will give you, okay, more than 50% discount, because in economics, you know, the reason becomes remedy. Reason becomes remedy. Okay, the reason, whatever the reason is, the same reason is going to become the remedy. For example, one question I would like to ask from you. Okay, why you are poor? Why you are poor? Okay, the question is very simple. Why you are poor? Your answer is very simple. Okay, sir, because for we people, income could not be generated. You are poor because for you people, income could not be generated. So this is the reason. You are poor because for you people, income could not be generated. So this is the reason. So where is the remedy? So reason becomes remedy. Let us generate income for you people. Okay, I repeat again, 50% discount. The reason becomes remedy. Okay, whatever the reason may be, the same is going to become the remedy. I ask the question, why you people are poor? Why you people are poor? Because for you people, income could not be generated. So where is the remedy? Okay, let us generate income for you people. And this way, okay, problem can be solved. Problem can be solved. Okay. So reason becomes remedy. So first thing, what is more important, reason or remedy? Okay, the first thing is you must be knowing the reason. Once you know the reason, the same reason is going to become the remedy. But what I have seen, why people, okay, particularly people belonging to Hindi medium, okay, why they have failed? Okay, because what I can say, everyone is going through only current, current, and current. See, measures taken by the government or okay, the policies of the government, they are reason or remedy. So definitely they are remedy. People don't know the reason. They only go through the remedial measure, and that's why problems are created. Once you know the reason, okay, yes, what is going on the front of the government and what the policy is going to be, that can be predicted very easily. Okay, but that is totally missing. Everyone is going through the current. Yes, questions are coming from current, but current is nothing. It's an application of concept and outcome of the past. Okay, once your concepts are clear, once you know the past, it's very easy to get the current. Okay, and that is completely missing. Okay, from the point of view of you people as well. Okay, so these are the things, I repeat again, you have to keep in mind before we can start. Yes, few things. Let me conclude the thing. Few things I told you in econ first point. Okay, these things are very important. Okay, because every subject has to be discussed in a different manner. Some people, okay, yes, some subject they are very dynamic, some subject they are less dynamic, some people they are more or less static. Okay, and that's why your approach is going to be, okay, requirement of every subject is totally different. This subject, okay, आप इसको रट नहीं सकते हो, ये subject यहाँ का है. If things are clear here, then only you can write. Your writing skill, remember, it is not developed here, it is developed here. You are getting signal from here, then your hand is going to work. Remember, so writing skill कभी भी यहाँ तैयार नहीं होता है. ठीक है, writing skill is always developed here. If things are clear here, then only you can write. And that's why it's very, very important for you people to listen to your teachers very, very carefully. Okay. So before I can start, let me conclude in brief. In economics, everything is dynamic. Nothing is constant. And moreover, all are interrelated. All are interrelated. And moreover, all are cause and effect of each other. Now it's a global world. And that's why we can say, okay, our economy, particularly during early 90s, it was exposed to rest of the world. Phase of globalization came. And because of that, things have become very, very dynamic. Things have become very, very volatile. We can say American president or the government of USA is making changes in its policy. Every country has the right. So why American president or American government has made some change in the policy to solve their own problem? They have their right. Okay. But do you think it will have its impact on Indian economy? Yes. But how the things are going to work, you are unable to understand. Okay. Because you discuss things in isolation. That will not be the case in my class. Okay, I will try to interrelate every aspect of economy. Okay, and second, everything has two sides, positive and negative. And we have to see both the sides, positive as well as negative. And the third is, that is very important, this subject always give you 50% discount. The reason becomes remedy. Reason becomes remedy. So I hope now, till now you are comfortable. So let us now start. And I'm assuming for the time being, you know nothing. Okay, you know nothing in this subject. So I'm going to start from background is science or maybe arts, maybe commerce. Okay, that doesn't make a difference. Okay, yes, I'm starting the point from where economics starts. Okay, so now isn't it your message, please? Are you ready? Should I start? Yes. चलो तो ठीक है. So I'm assuming that you know nothing. You know nothing. See, in economics, why I said it's one of the most easiest subject you can have, because in economics, okay, only one thing basically we study, and around one thing only, everything is going to move. Everything is going to move. Okay, only one thing is there, and the remaining thing, they are the different phases of those things. Okay, only one thing is there. Around that, everything is moving, and the thing is called, the word is called production. That is called production. Now, production is the word. Around that, everything is going to move. Okay, economics में दूसरा कुछ भी नहीं पढ़ना है. Okay, the only thing around that everything is moving is called the word production. You must be knowing two things are produced in every country, goods as well as services. But at country level, there is no difference at all between production of goods and production of services. Like goods, services are also produced. Like goods, services, they are also sold. Like goods, services, they do have the money value. And like goods, services, they are also taxable. So whenever we use the word production, production means both, okay, goods as well as services. So let us now start with the word production. I repeat again, okay, in economics, everything is going to move around the word production. Okay, एक ही वर्ड है प्रोडक्शन, उसी के आसपास सब कुछ घूमता है, उसके आगे कुछ भी नहीं है, पीछे कुछ भी नहीं है. बाकी जितने भी चीजें आप पढ़ते हो वो सारे इसके डिफरेंट डायमेंशन है. दैट इज गोइंग टू बी क्लियर वेरी इजीली इवन टुडे ओनली. ओके, तो प्रोडक्शन को कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं? इट इज द प्रोसेस, it is a process where inputs are converted into outputs with the help of factors of production. So very easy, and it should be known to, it is known to in fact everyone. Production is a process where inputs means raw material, so they are converted into outputs means finished goods. Okay, how come? With the help of factors of production. It means, okay, factors of production, so they are, okay, responsible for converting raw material into finished goods. Okay, so let me now discuss in brief. Okay, these things should be known to everyone. Now those people who know that, okay, it's a very easy thing sir is going to discuss, but main thing is interpretation. And yes, okay, whatever you know, it is going to work as bonus for you. But when I discuss the same thing from different point of view, you will get the difference. Okay, so just wait and watch. Okay, so let me now write, okay, the word production. So I'm going to use the board. Okay, use the board. Okay. So I have already written on the board. So broadly, there are four factors of production. On the top, I have written factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. So it's a broad classification. It means in the production process, these four factors of production, they help raw material getting converted into finished goods. Okay. Now let us say one by one. Okay. Land. Okay. Land includes building as well. Labor doesn't mean only those people who are being paid on daily basis. No. Labor means, okay, human resources. Okay. In fact, all the people associated with the institution, they will be coming in the category of labor. Now, third is capital. Now, capital here, it means money. We need money to buy raw material, machinery, XYZ, whatever they are. And yes, entrepreneur. It is the entrepreneur, the owner, who is basically responsible for bringing, okay, all the other factors of production under the same roof. And like the other factors of production, entrepreneur is also giving its contribution. So coming back to now, okay, factors of production, it's a broad classification: land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. It means when they come under the same roof, then production, okay, is going to take place. With the help of these four factors of production, the raw material will be converted into finished goods, then only it can be used. It means, okay, in the production process, they give their contribution. And no one is going to give contribution free of cost. So for giving their contribution, they will be paid, or basically they charge. Now, to the person providing land, we pay rent. Okay. To the labor, we pay wages. Okay. For providing capital, we pay interest. And to the entrepreneur, we pay profit. So it's a basically broad classification. So these are the four factors of production. And yes, okay, when they come under the same roof, then production is going to take place. And for that, for giving their services, they will be paid. Okay, respective payments are written there. To the person providing land, we will pay rent. To the labor, wages. For capital, we pay interest. And to the entrepreneur, we pay profit. So let us now start, okay, by taking very simple example. So I'm assuming, okay, let me see, okay, the assumption. Okay, you have to be very, very careful. So let us assume that, okay, in India this year, only one pen was produced. Okay, and in making this pen, four factors of production they were used. Okay, and I'm assuming that this year in India, only one paint was produced. Okay. No other goods, no services. And in making this paint, only these four factors of production were used, and they were paid ₹2 each. They were paid
You are not audible, sir. Hello, sir, you are not audible.
Anuj sir, can you unmute him?
झा सर योर वॉइस इज नॉट ऑडिबल. आप अनम्यूट करो अपने आप को.
Alok, some student muted him.
स्टूडेंट्स
Jha sir, can you hear me?
फोन करता हूं इनको.
नहीं, मैंने फोन किया है.
आई थिंक इट्स गुड. हिज सन इज डूइंग समथिंग.
क्या स्टुपिडिटी है?
चलो कोई नहीं, ठीक है, फिर से उसमें जा रहे हैं। एक मिनट। तो किसी ने ऑडिबल ऑडिबल
Yes, sir.
किसी ने म्यूट कर दिया था, ठीक है, फिर से मैं वापस जा रहा हूँ प्रेजेंटेशन पे।
कैनवस लगाना।
हाँ, कैनवस, ठीक है, ठीक है। सो और इससे वापस कैसे जाएंगे उस पर? ठीक है, चलो लेट्स स्टार्ट नाउ। ठीक है, ठीक है, चलो उस पर जाना पड़ेगा कैनवस। ओके, so now see the presentation again. So there are broadly 4 factors production. So what we assume that this year in India only one paint was produced. Okay, and in making this paint, all the 4 factors of production they were used, and they were paid ₹2 each. Now the paint is ready. So what is the cost of the paint? ₹8. So it will be called factor cost. It will be called factor cost. Factor cost, as the name suggests, it is inclusive of all the payments made to all the factors of production. So when the product, our product is paying, when it is being removed from the factory gate, it will be costing rupees 8. But when in the market it is going to be sold, then the government will come and government will be imposing tax of rupees 2. Okay. So when tax of rupees 2 is being imposed by the government, its market price will be rupees 10. Market price will be rupees 10. Okay. So there are two words. Okay. Factor cost and market price. See the things carefully. Okay. Market price is bigger concept, rupees 10, because it is inclusive of taxation as well. But factor cost, okay, it is only rupees 8. Okay, because it does not include any taxation. So now we have assumed, since in India this year only one pen was produced. So now if you are able to understand, okay, so now my question is, okay, that may be the fault. Actually, it will take some time. Okay, I am totally not aware of these computers. Okay. Yes, almost zero idea. So your suggestion is most welcome. That may be my fault. Okay. So coming back to the same question. Yes, coming back to the same question. Factor cost 8, market price 10. So my question is, this year in India, okay, what is the total production of the country? Okay, what is the total production of the country? 8 or 10? Okay, answer please. Okay. What is the total production of the country? It is 8 or 10. We have assumed that this year in India only one pen was produced. So my question is very simple from you. Okay, what is the total cost of production? Total production of India. It should be 8 or 10. Yes, answer please. We have taken. Okay, some people say 10. Two answers have come. Okay, yes. One person's answer is 18. How come it's 18? Okay. Either it is 8 or 10. So except for one whose answer is 18, most of the people, okay, some say 10 rupee, some say rupees 8. Okay. So which one is correct? My question very simple. कि इस साल इंडिया में कितने का प्रोडक्शन हुआ? ठीक है, यानी what is the total production of the country? It is 8 or 10. ठीक है. Now different answers are coming. Okay, now from here, okay, I can clearly say that you people are totally confused. Okay, totally confused. Now from these small examples, I come to know, okay, that your basics are not clear. Okay, maybe 8, maybe 10. See, correct answer is both. 8 as well as 10, depending on the criteria. Now production is being valued at factor cost or at market price. Okay, at factor cost the production is equal to rupees 8. At market price it is equal to 10. Okay, both are correct answer. It totally depends on the criteria. Okay, how the production is being valued. Okay, yes, when you go through the official document of the government, okay, you can see various columns. One at factor cost, another market price. Okay, and these things are so important because later on, okay, when we discuss topic like national income, so where the concept will come, that is of GDP. Always discuss you GDP हमेशा चर्चा में रहता है. So GDP in a layman term, okay, simply is the total production of the country in a layman term. Now GDP has two values. Okay, GDP at factor cost, GDP at market price. Okay, can you get the difference? GDP, that is the total production of the country in a layman term. Okay, so GDP has two values. Okay, two values: GDP at factor cost and GDP at market price. Okay, are you getting the difference here? Yes. GDP market price means their production will be valued at market price. Okay, and when we say GDP factor cost, it means it is being valued at factor cost. Okay, so GDP market price, definitely it will be bigger concept than GDP factor cost. By how much? Okay, by the amount of taxation. Similarly, we have GNP. Okay, so GNP has two values: GNP factor cost or GNP market price. ठीक है, अंतर अभी समझ में आ रहा होगा. तो आप पढ़ रहे हो वहां पे छोटा एग्जांपल लेके, लेकिन चीजें समझ में आ रही है. Similarly, we have NDP factor cost, NDP market price. ठीक है, difference is clear now. And yes, in the end, it's a NNP factor cost, NNP market price. So all the time, new things are coming. Recently, you can say one new word has come, that is called GVA. That is called GVA, okay, gross value added. And regarding GVA, okay, no one is sure okay, what exactly GVA is, how it is different from GDP. Is GDP, okay, are GDP and GVA, okay, are they same? Okay, answer is no. Okay, up to some extent, yes. Okay, some extent, no. But what exactly is the difference? So these things will be clear only when you know the things in a layman term. Okay, don't take big examples, okay, to get the concept. Take simple examples, okay. Yes, in a layman term, छोटा छोटा example को लेके बड़ी चीजों को समझो, and that is going to, okay, done by me basically. So this year, what is the total production? So both the answers are correct, 8 as well as 10. Okay, 8 means here production is being valued at factor cost, and when I say 10, it means it is a market price. Okay, now see the same thing. So I'm going to take, okay, only one. I'm going to take only one. Again, I'm, okay, going for, okay, again I'm going to the same. Yes, okay. See the board again. So right now, I'm going to take the value at factor cost. Okay. So right now I'm ignoring, okay, I'm ignoring government. I'm ignoring government. Okay. I'm ignoring government. Okay. Yes. So I'm ignoring government. So I'm going to take the things at factor cost. Take the things at factor cost. So what is the total production of the country? What is the total production of the country? Okay. So total production of the country is rupees 8. Rupees 8. So I'm writing the same. Okay. Writing the same. Okay. And on the right side. Okay. So total production of the country is rupees 8. I have taken the figures at factor cost. Okay. So now come to the same. See the example again on the board, but from different point of view, different angle, you will get different meaning. You will get different meaning. You said that total production of the country is rupees 8. It's a fine. Okay. What is this rupees 8? Is it summation of these? Okay. Is it summation of, okay, these four? Yes. Okay. Now let us say these four one by one. Okay. One by one. Now this 2 rupee. What is this? It's a basically income for the person providing the land in the name of rent. ये जो 2 रुपया है rent, is it income for the person providing the land? Yes. This rupees 2 again is a wages. Is it income for the labor? Income for the labor? Yes, in the name of wages. Now what about this rupees 2? Interest. Is it income for the person providing the capital? Yes, in the name of interest. And what about this rupees 2? Okay, this rupees 2 profit. Is it income for the entrepreneur, the owner? Okay, in the name of profit, yes. Okay, so all these 2 rupees each 4 times. Okay, from one point of view, you said that total production of the country is rupees 8. Okay, but this 8 rupees what? It's basically, it is the income generated to the respective factors of production. So my question from you, so total production of rupees 8. So what is the total income generated, okay, in the country? What is the total income, okay, generated in the country? Yes. Okay. Answer please. Okay. Total production of the country is 8. So what is the total income generated in the country? It is also rupees 8. Also rupees 8. Okay. If the total production is of rupees 8, what is the total income generated in the country? Okay, that is also equal to be 8. So production and income, they are, okay, they are 2 sides of the same coin. Okay. Yes, you are not, okay, seeing the board carefully. On the one side, I said, okay, total production is 8. This, see the board again. This 8 rupees production is what? This 8 rupees is what? It's a summation of these 4. Okay, summation of these 4. Okay, so let's say one by one. This rupees 2 rent, is it income for the person providing land? Okay, answer is yes. Yes. Now what about this rupees 2? Okay, wages, is it income for the labor? Okay, answer is yes. Okay. What about this 2 rupees of interest? Is it income for the person providing capital? Okay, answer is yes. And what about this 2 rupees of profit? Is it income for the entrepreneur? Answer is yes. So what is the total income generated? So total income generated in the country is also what? Okay, rupees 8. Okay, production means income. I repeat again, production and income, they are not two different things. They are two sides of the same coin. Okay, whenever, I hope now, okay, Saswati Ghosh, okay, I hope it's clear now. Production means income. Okay, these are the two sides of the same coin. Okay, suppose, okay, I'm making this pen, and cost of this pen comes to rupees 100. It means during the production of this pen, total payment made by me is 100 rupees, and that's why it's a part of cost. So total production cost is 100. So total payment made by me. Okay. So for those people, I'm making the payment. Okay. For them, what is that? It is their income. So if I'm making 100 rupees as payment to make this pen, okay, so 100 rupees will be the cost of the production, but to the recipient, it is their income. So these are the two sides of the same coin. So whenever and whatever we produce by the same amount, income is going to be generated. Okay. So production and income, they are two sides of the same coin. And remember, whenever and whatever we produce by the same amount, income will be generated. Okay. Had we take, अगर हम लोग जो है मार्केट प्राइस पे लेते ₹10 कि टोटल प्रोडक्शन इन द कंट्री इज ₹10, so in that case total income generated also would have been ₹10, because in that case 2 rupees of taxation will be the income for the government. Okay, here government is also one of the body. Okay, so production and income, they are two sides of the same coin, and always remember these two are going to be equal. And that's why, okay, it's so important as a policy tool, because the policy of the whole world, I repeat again, policy of not only of Indian government, but the policy of the whole world is the same, to move the country forward, to move the country. ठीक है, घबराओ मत, सब कुछ क्लियर हो जाएगा. ठीक है, शाश्वती घोष जी, ठीक है, सब कुछ क्लियर हो जाएगा. ठीक है, मैंने अपने बारे में आपको नहीं बताया. ठीक है, आई एम टीचिंग फॉर लास्ट 27 years, more than 25, 26. ठीक है, in fact since you are born, and I'm sure, okay, I'm going to make this subject very easy for you. I know, okay, this subject is very difficult for most of the days, because okay, I'm teaching as a freelancer throughout you can say the India, and I'm almost more than 20 states many class लिए हुए. Okay, and I'm associated with some of the institutions, some of the universities of the, okay, yes, earlier I was lecturer as well. तो ह्यूज एक्सपीरियंस, मुझे तो इतना एक्सपीरियंस है कि मैं भी बता सकता हूँ कि आपके माइंड में क्या क्वेश्चन चल रहा है. ठीक है, ज़्यादा पूछताछ करने से कोई फायदा नहीं है, बस मुझे सुनो. ठीक है, आई कैन एश्योर यू कि मैं आपको इस लायक बना दूंगा कि आप मुझसे क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछ सकते. यू विल फाइंड द थिंग्स वेरी वेरी इजी. ठीक है, तो प्रोडक्शन एंड इनकम, दे आर टू साइड्स ऑफ द सेम कॉइन. एंड आई सेड कि पॉलिसी ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड, नॉट ओनली ऑफ कंट्री इंडिया, इज द सेम, टू मूव द कंट्री फॉरवर्ड. बट हाउ कम? ठीक है, बाय इंक्रीजिंग प्रोडक्शन. बाय इंक्रीजिंग प्रोडक्शन. पूरी दुनिया की सरकार की पॉलिसी एक ही है, देश को आगे बढ़ाना, पीछे ले जाना पॉलिसी होती नहीं है. ठीक है, तो पॉलिसी ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड इज द सेम, टू मूव द कंट्री फॉरवर्ड. ठीक है, मूव द कंट्री फॉरवर्ड. बट हाउ? ठीक है, बट हाउ? ठीक है, बाय इंक्रीजिंग प्रोडक्शन, बाय इंक्रीजिंग प्रोडक्शन. ठीक है, सी व्हाई प्रोडक्शन इज सो इंपॉर्टेंट. Why production is so important? Because production has many dimensions. अभी तो आपने एक ही पढ़ा है, that is called income. Because production and income, they are the two sides of the same coin. Yes, I would like to ask one question from you people. Why you people are poor? Why you people are poor? Okay. My question is very simple. I may be wrong. Why you people are poor? Very simple question. So answer is because for you people, income could not be generated. Very simple. Okay. Why you people are poor? Because for you people, income could not be generated. So where is the remedy? Where is the remedy? Okay. So reason becomes remedy to generate income for you people. Question समझने की कोशिश करो. The reason becomes remedy. Okay. The reason becomes remedy. I ask a very simple question. Okay. Why you people are poor? The answer is very simple. Because for you people, income could not be generated. So where the remedy? So let us generate income for you people. But how to generate income for you people? Okay. That is the case. how to generate income for you people. So the only way income has to be generated, should be generated, that is through production. That is through production. And this has been the policy of the whole of the world. Okay, income can be generated in other ways as well. इनकम जनरेट करने के और भी तरीके हैं, ठीक है, बट ठीक है, all they are not going to solve the problem. They are going to create huge problems for the question. Okay. Why people of India, they are so poor? Because for them, income could not be generated. Okay. So where is the remedy to generate income for them? But how to generate income for them? Okay. तो एक तरीका मैं बताता हूँ. In India, who is printing the notes? RBI. So why don't government of India giving instruction to RBI to print the notes and distribute among the Indian people? Yani every Indian should be provided with rupees 50 lakh each. यानी आरबीआई क्या करे, नोट छापे और हर एक लोगों के बैंक खाते में 50 लाख रुपीस क्या करे, डिपॉजिट कर दे, ठीक है. तो इनकम हैज बीन जनरेटेड, बट डू यू थिंक इट्स गोइंग टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम? इट्स गोइंग टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम? ये आजकल चर्चे में सुना होगा आपने, करंट में हेलीकॉप्टर मनी, दैट इज कॉल्ड हेलीकॉप्टर मनी. हेलीकॉप्टर ड्रॉप भी कहते हैं, हेलीकॉप्टर हूवर भी कहते हैं, कि लेट अस प्रिंट द मनी एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट अमंग, ठीक है, द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया, ठीक है, एंड एवरी इंडियन शुड बी प्रोवाइडेड विद रुपीस 50 lakh. So when Indian people, everyone is getting 50 lakh. So do you think it is going to help the country to remove the poverty? Do you think is it the correct way of generating income? Yes or no? Is it the correct way of generating income? कि print the okay, current notes and distribute among the people. Everyone say no. Okay. What is wrong here? What is wrong here? Okay. Why don't RBI printing the notes and distributing among the common people, and every Indian should be provided with rupees 50 lakh, or maybe विदेशों से काला धन आएगा और हर एक खाते में 15 लाख, ठीक है. These are not good measures. See what will happen. What will happen? और कुछ बच्चे ऐसे सोचते भी हैं कि ऐसा क्यों नहीं सरकार करती है कि नोट छाप के सब में बांट दे. See what will happen कि when RBI is printing the notes and distributing among the people, when Indian people they will get 50 lakh, ठीक है, so suddenly demand will go up to a sky level. Demand will go up to a sky level. Okay. So aggregate demand, the total demand of the country will be very, very high. Okay. So do you think it's a bad? Okay. Demand of the country will increase and increase manifold. So do you think it's a bad? Okay. I don't think so. Okay. It is said to be the best thing you can have. Okay. Demand of the country has increased. Okay. Yes, theories of economics, they say that if you want to keep the economy alive, you will have to keep demand alive. This is the best thing you can have. Demand of the country has increased. But this increase in demand should be accompanied by increase in supply as well. Increase in supply as well. If demand is increasing and it is accompanied by increase in supply, then what is wrong? This is the best thing you can have. Your country is moving forward. But the problem will start when demand is increasing but supply is not responding, then you will have some problem. See, but the question is, your answers, once you get the things by taking very simple example, questions answers automatically. Whatever you are putting your answer basically, yes, it's absolutely right. Absolutely right. But let me now discuss in detail. Now, money has a link with both demand and supply. For demand also, you need money. For supply means production also, you need money. So money has a link with both demand and supply. So when RBI is printing the notes and distributing among the people, both should be increasing in the same proportion, because money has a link with both demand and supply. But that is not the case. Yes, money has a link with both demand and supply, but the relationship between money and demand and money and supply is a little bit different. Always remember, because these points I'm going to discuss, they are the very basis of monetary policy of the RBI. That is the basic philosophy of the RBI. Money alone can increase the demand, but money alone cannot increase the supply. I repeat again, money alone can increase the demand, but money alone cannot increase the supply. So let us see one by one. Money alone can increase the demand. Provided wish is there. Provided wish is there. Wish का मतलब इच्छा. उसमें तो कोई कमी है नहीं. जब से होश संभाला तब से विश ही विश है. पैसा की प्रॉब्लम, ठीक है. तो मनी अकेला जो है वो डिमांड बढ़ाने में क्या है, सफिशिएंट है. but money alone, okay, cannot increase the supply, because to increase the supply we need two types of resources: monetary resource and non-monetary resource. Yeah, under non-monetary resources, okay, so many things are going to come. You have mentioned resources are limited. For example, to increase supply, to increase production, we need raw material, we need machinery, we need technology, we need land, okay, we need, yes, labor, we need entrepreneur, we need time as well, okay, and yes, we need money, okay. So broadly, okay, there are two types of resources which are required to increase the supply. One is called monetary resource and second is called non-monetary resources. So in the absence of non-monetary resources, or you can say physical resources, money alone won't be able to increase the supply, but money alone is sufficient to increase the demand, provided ratio there. So what will happen when RBI is printing the money and distributing among the people of India? Demand will go up to sky level, okay, but supply will struggle, and you will have gap. We will have huge gap. You will have huge gap, and yes, rate of inflation will be so high that those things which are now which are costing rupees 10 per kilogram right now, very soon they will be costing rupees 10,000 kilogram, and yes, okay, all your money will be exhausted immediately, and then the situation will be very, very critical. Situation will be very, very critical, and yes, we can see at least two examples. Okay, one is of Zimbabwe. Okay. Yes, a wrong monetary policy can lead to destruction of the economy. Okay. And second is Venezuela. Okay. These two countries, they have followed the same principle, okay, more or less. Now, in Zimbabwe, see, let us see first India. In India right now, okay, last month, rate of inflation was more than 6%. And it is alarming now, because when rate of inflation exceeds 6%, then RBI is going to be very, very careful now. So in India, even if the rate of inflation is 10%, people become, okay, very, very, can say, लोग परेशान हो जाते हैं कि महंगाई ने तो कमर तोड़ दी, even though rate of inflation is around 10%. Okay. Now in Zimbabwe, the rate of inflation is few lakh percent. Okay. And in their own currency, okay, yes, वहां जो एक पैकेट ब्रेड का आता है वो कई लाख रुपए का आता है, और वहां के जो सेंट्रल बैंक है वो मान चलो उनकी करेंसी मुझे पता नहीं, वो 100 करोड़ का एक नोट छापती है, ठीक है, और लोग बैग में पैसे भर के ले जाते हैं और सामान खरीद के लाते हैं, सब्जियां खरीदने जाते हैं. Venezuela, देखिए, the next fiscal victim. Last month, rate of inflation in Venezuela, it was around 17 lakh%. Venezuela मैटर करता है ग्लोबल वर्ल्ड के लिए, बिकॉज वेनेजुएला इज वन ऑफ द मेजर प्रोड्यूसर्स ऑफ क्रूड ऑयल. तो लास्ट ईयर रेट ऑफ इन्फ्लेशन इन वेनेजुएला लास्ट मंथ बेसिकली इट वाज मोर देन 17 लाख%. ठीक है, महंगाई की दर वहां 17 लाख% को क्रॉस कर गया था. मनी हैज एब्सोल्युटली लॉस्ट इट्स वैल्यू एंड यस, ठीक है, इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्सचेंज रेट, भारतीय जो करेंसी है 1 रुपया, 1 रुपी कॉइन जो आपका है, वेनेजुएला की करेंसी में नाम बोल रहा हूं, उसके तकरीबन मान लो रुपया ही है, तो उसके 3,500 3,500 रुपीस के बराबर है. ठीक है, so that economy is never going to recover. In the recent, you can say, lockdown, and Indian economy is in dire state. You know, revival of Indian economy, revival of growth is a big challenge for the country. So new measures are going to come. So one of the state, that is Kerala. Okay, Chief Minister of Kerala has requested the central government, okay, to go for helicopter money, helicopter hoop, helicopter drop. Okay, and yes, print money up to 5% of the GDP. Okay, जो केरला के चीफ मिनिस्टर है, तो उनका कहना है कि जो इंडिया के जीडीपी के 5% के बराबर आप क्या करें, नोट को प्रिंट करें, एंड इट शुड बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड among the people of India, so that people of India, they will come with their demand. और जब तक डिमांड नहीं होगा, producers right now cannot do anything, because people of India, although may be possible that they have the money, but they don't want to spend. Okay, they are spending, but only on those things which are absolutely necessary. ठीक है, जो कहते हैं ना एक्स्ट्रा एक्सपेंसेस, जो फालतू के खर्चे थे वो हमारे बंद हो गए. And because of that, in the market may be open, in Delhi market is completely open, but customers are missing. Okay, it doesn't mean customers, they don't have the money. They have the money, but they are going for taking some precautionary measure. Okay, keep the money to maintain the liquidity. Yes, so income should not be generated in this way, and you are absolutely correct. But the question remaining the same, ठीक है, why you are poor, why Indian people are poor, ठीक है, तो क्वेश्चन आंसर इज वेरी सिंपल, बिकॉज फॉर देम इनकम कुड नॉट बी जनरेटेड, ठीक है, तो वेयर द रेमेडी टू जनरेट इनकम फॉर देम, टू जनरेट, बट हाउ टू जनरेट इनकम, मैंने आपको एक ऑप्शन दिया, यू इग्नोर्ड कि सर नो, इट इज नॉट द करेक्ट वे ऑफ जनरेटिंग इनकम, but income has to be generated. Try to get the reason, okay, then we will come to know about the remedy. Question same hai in India, even today, okay, 25%, more than 25% of Indian people, this figure is prior to pandemic, okay, prior to the lockdown, now this is going to increase, okay, prior to pandemic, more than 25% or maybe approximately 25% of Indian population वो गरीबी रेखा के नीचे है। और इंडिया में गरीबी रेखा में सबसे बड़ी खूबी पता है, हमारा जो गरीबी रेखा जो है पॉवर्टी लाइन, उसका सबसे जो मेन फीचर है कि वो खुद गरीब है, ठीक है, बेसिकली वी ट्राई टू मेजर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नॉट द पॉवर्टी। अगर गरीबी रेखा या पॉवर्टी लाइन को थोड़ा सा मजबूत करोगे तो दिस परसेंटेज में इंक्रीज, ठीक है, अप to more than 50%, I can guess. Okay. So anyway, coming back to the main issue, people are poor. Why they are poor? Because for them income could not be generated. So where the remedy? Okay. To generate income for them, but how to generate income? That is the point. Okay. एक तरीका मैंने बताया, print the notes, distribute among the common people. Okay. You said no. Okay. So second option may be give Indian people the permission to print their own currency. जी अपना घर में नोट छाप ले, कुछ लोग छाप भी रहे हैं, ठीक है, तो क्या ये सही तरीका है? नहीं, ठीक है। Then how to generate income? That is the key. That's why, okay, the policy of the whole world, not only India, policy of the whole world is the same. Is the same, to generate income, but only through production. Only through production. Yes, okay. Let us generate income, but that income should be generated only through, ठीक है, ठीक है। अभी डॉलर रुपये को कन्वर्ट करने का क्वेश्चन है, just out of curiosity, if you can compare dollar and rupee, it's a demo class, okay, it's a completely different thing, that is exchange rate, how exchange rate is determined, why came the concept of dollar, okay, so when our main class will start, I will discuss each and everything, okay, otherwise, okay, this class is going to be useless for you. I'm trying to focus the basic issues, okay, basic concept. Question is very good. I know that this subject, lots of confusion you can see. People, okay, I asked this, that's why I asked the question, what was the total production of the country, 8 or 2? Some people say 8, some people say 10. Okay. And yes, that shows that a lot of confusion is still there. It's still there because factor cost, market price, okay, yes, difference should be absolutely clear. And all the time new things are coming, making the things more complicated, like the concept of GVA. Okay, yes. So I will discuss, okay, during our main courses. Okay, coming back to this now. Okay. So question was, okay, so the policy of the whole world is the same. Is the same to move the country forward. How come? By increasing production. By increasing production. Okay. So इसलिए देखोगे, production means income. Whatever and whenever we produce by the same amount, okay, income is going to be generated. And final line, this line you have to remember, okay, during the production process itself, income is generated. Income is generated. So now, there are two sides we have discussed, production and income. Now we are going to discuss the third side of the same coin. Third side of the same coin, and let us say, okay, it's a, okay. Okay, so firstly, let me write on the right side, okay, production and income, they are the two sides of the same coin. Production of 8, then income generated also rupees 8. Okay. Now see the third side of the same coin. Okay. For the time being, I assume, okay, whatever income was generated in the country, that is rupees 8, it is in your pocket. It is in your pocket. Income generated rupees 8, and the entire income, it is in pocket. So at individual level, at personal level, what you will do with that money? आप इस पैसे से क्या करेंगे? ठीक है, तो either it will be consumed or it will be saved. It will be saved. Let us say at a layman term, so breakup of this rupees 8 income generated is a consumption, ये कंजम्पशन एंड द रेस्ट, ठीक है, यू हैव सेव्ड। तो पहले हम लोग डिस्कस करें एट इंडिविजुअल लेवल, ठीक है। तो 5 rupees you have consumed and 3 rupees you have saved. This is the breakup of income generated. So here we assume that कि after consumption whatever is left, okay, money is in circulation. Now regarding saving, you must be knowing saving is that part of income which is consumed, okay. So we are assuming here कि after consumption whatever is left, okay, money is in circulation. यानी पुराने समय वाली बात नहीं है कि खा पी के जो बच गया उसको आप घर में जमीन के नीचे गाड़ दी, नहीं, मनी इज सर्कुलेशन. तो कमिंग टू नाउ दिस 3 rupees सेविंग. तो वेयर डू यू सेव द मनी? ठीक है, वेयर डू यू सेव द मनी? तो यू सेव द मनी विद द बैंक. ये 3 rupees आपने कहां डिपॉजिट किया? With the bank. Now the question is, why do you save the money with the bank? So because of 2 reasons. First is safety of your money, and second, okay, yes, interest means return. So because of these 2 reasons, you come out, okay, forward with your surplus and put your deposit, save surplus with the bank. That is called saving. Now, once you deposit your money with the bank, you are relaxed now. You are relaxed now because not only your money is safe, but also you will get some return. But the banker is coming under pressure. Why banker is coming under pressure? Because, okay, on that saving, bank has to give interest. Okay. Now it is banks are under pressure to find a suitable person to whom the same money can be given as loan. The money deposited with the bank, ₹3, has to be given as loan. Otherwise, banks are going to be the loser. And this is exactly is done by the bank. What the banks are doing, they are finding a suitable person, and the same money, whatever you have deposited, ₹3, is given as, okay, loan. Okay. Now the person borrowing loan, what he is going to do with that money? So what that person, okay, will go for investment in general. Okay, investment in general. So one person's saving will become investment for other. Okay, one person's saving will become investment for other. Now say saving versus investment. Here we have to work on assumption. Now assumption, you know, mathematics people, you must be doing. We are assuming so many things. In India, in economics also, things are assumed. Even the budget of India, it is based on certain assumption. Okay, and assumptions may or may not be proving right. Okay, but assumption has to be there. So 3 rupee is your saving. Now at micro level, micro means individual, MICRO, 3 rupee is your saving. But at the macro level, yani at the country level, one person's saving was converted into another person's investment. Okay, I repeat again. Now your syllabus, okay, is Indian economy. So Indian economy will be discussed at macro level, MACRO. So at the macro level, at the country level, that saving was converted into investment. Okay, that is very important because one person's saving became another person's investment. Okay, that is the main point. Saving becomes investment. Yes. Okay. At individual level, it was saving, but at the country level, that proved to be investment. So when we see the breakup at the micro level, individual level, total income generated in the country, ₹8. So the breakup at individual level, at micro level, it is consumption plus saving. Consumption plus saving. 5 rupees consumption, 3 rupees saving. But at the country level, at the macro level, saving becomes investment. Okay. So when we say the breakup at the country level, at the macro level, where we have to study, okay, instead of saving, we will use the word investment. Use the word investment. Okay. So at the country level, the breakup of income generation will be equal to consumption plus investment, because at the country level, one person's saving got converted into investment. इसको कंफ्यूजन ना हो ऐसे समझो, ठीक है, कि मान लो यू आर मिस्टर, ठीक है, आपकी बात करें, आपके पास आफ्टर कंजम्पशन यू आर लेफ्ट विथ ₹3. थिंक एट द कंट्री लेवल. अब दैट ₹3 surplus, whether you invest directly or via bank, your money, suppose it is invested by someone else, so does it make any difference at the country level? I don't think so. Okay, whether you invest the money or, okay, this money is being invested, okay, at the country level by someone else, so does it make any difference? Okay, I don't think so. So that's why Okay. See, okay. If production, let me discuss question. Question is, okay, sir, if production is income, then why there is tax? Please clarify, sir. Okay. See, when government is imposing, okay, government is also providing we people various types of services. Remember, yes. So when things are measured at the market price, okay, then in that case, the product value will be equal to 10. So in that case also, in total income generated will be rupees 10, because in that case, taxation will be the income for the government. So government is also coming as in one of the producer. Okay, so आप factor cost पे लोगे, then 8. If you take at market price, then again both are going to be equal, because at the market price total output value is 10. लेकिन in that case, okay, 2 rupees taxation will be income for the government. I hope you are getting my point. तो वहां जब गवर्नमेंट को आप ले आओगे तो मार्केट प्राइस हो जाएगा, गवर्नमेंट टैक्स लगा देगी, तो मार्केट प्राइस विल बी 10. सो मार्केट प्राइस पे प्रोडक्शन कितना हुआ? 10 रुपीज. बट इन दैट केस टोटल इनकम जनरेटेड विल आल्सो बी इक्वल टू रुपीज 10, बिकॉज इन दैट केस 2 रुपीज ऑफ टैक्सेशन विल बी द इनकम फॉर द गवर्नमेंट. ठीक है, जैसे इंटरप्रेन्योर को प्रॉफिट हुआ उसका इनकम है. सिमिलरली, ठीक है, टू द इंटरप्रेन्योर this 2 rupee, sorry, to the government, this 2 rupee is going to be income in the name of, you can say, taxation. So I have taken the things at the factor cost. Okay, I hope now you got the point. Now then it, going to the same, see the board again. Now the biggest question, see the board and your answer please. Okay. See the board again. The breakup. Okay, so since we are discussing Indian economy, so we will be discussing things at the country level. So I am going to cancel this saving. So at the country level, this is the breakup of total income generated. Consumption plus investment. 5 rupees consumption, 3 rupees investment. 5 rupees consumption, 3 rupees investment. Now my question is, okay, is consumption your expenditure? Is consumption your expenditure? My question is, okay, the total income generated is rupees 8. The breakup at the country level, consumption plus investment. Consumption plus investment. So my question is consumption your expenditure? Is consumption, okay, your expenditure? Yes or no? Yeah. Is consumption, yeah, consumption को हिंदी में कहते हैं हम लोग उपभोग, ठीक है. Is consumption your expenditure? क्या consumption आपका खर्चा है? Is consumption your expenditure? It's a very simple question. Okay. One person says no, sir. Okay. Second, yes. Third, yes. Is consumption your expenditure? Yes or no? Okay. Answer, please. Okay. इसमें तो कम से कम जो है नहीं फंसना चाहिए. Okay. Yes, consumption basically it is your expenditure. Okay. It is your expenditure, and yes, the complete name is called consumption expenditure. Okay. Consumption expenditure. Okay. Consumption is your expenditure, and name of the expenditure is consumption expenditure. Now come to, okay, the biggest question. Have you, okay, see the word investment breakup? So 5 rupees is consumption and 3 rupee investment. So my question from you, is investment your expenditure? Is investment your expenditure? Yes or no? Investment is the word always discussed. आप भी use करते हो. Okay. If you go through the newspaper, okay, always you come to know that government is going to invest this much of money. Two things are normally discussed. Okay. Two things are normally discussed, okay, every time. Just investment and growth rate. Most of the people, in fact, all the people, their answer is no. Answer is no. Okay. You don't believe that investment is your expenditure. Okay. Let me give some example. You come to me, okay, you come to me and say, sir, okay, today I have invested rupees 5 lakh in my business. Right now, okay, you come to me and say, sir, today I have invested kitna rupees 5 lakh in my business. So मैं इससे क्या समझूं? Okay, what you have done? You have taken 5 lakh rupees from your parents and it was put into the lockers of the bank. Is it your investment? Answer is no. No. Maybe possible. Okay. You come to me and say, sir, today I have invested rupees 5 lakh. What you have done, you have installed a new machinery at a cost of rupees 5 lakh to increase production. Is it your investment? Yes or no? You have invested rupees 5 lakh today. What you have done? So you have purchased a new machinery. You have installed a new machinery to increase production. Okay. Is it your investment? Yes or no? Okay. Yes. Okay. Himakshi says yes. Any other answer? Yes. Okay. चलो सबका आंसर फिर सही है. ठीक है. Asmita again says no. That is totally wrong. Okay. This is your investment. मेरा दूसरा क्वेश्चन सुनो. क्या पैसे खर्च हुए हाँ या ना? इतना ही लेवल में. क्या पैसे खर्च हुए हाँ या ना? Have you spent the money? Yes. Okay. So basically, this is the problem. Okay. This is the problem. Okay. Investment is also your expenditure. Okay. In fact, the official name of investment is investment expenditure. Okay. Investment expenditure. But why this confusion? Okay. Why this confusion? तो ये पूरा आपका इंडिया का बजट जो है इसी कंसेप्ट पे है. Now, when we discuss the things later on, so consumption expenditure, it is known to be revenue expenditure. Okay. These are the things I will have to discuss in detail, but later on. Okay. This is known to be revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure and investment expenditure, it is said to be capital expenditure. You must have heard this name. Don't ask me what is that. Okay. Capital expenditure. Let me now discuss in a very relevant term. Okay. So investment basically, it is also your expenditure. But normally people believe that it is not your expenditure. See the basic difference between consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. Consumption expenditure, okay, they will give you benefit for less than 1 year. They will give you benefit for less than 1 year, and that's why they are known to be revenue expenditure. Known to be revenue expenditure. But investment expenditure, okay, they will also give you benefit, but here the benefit is going to exceed 1 year. Benefit will exceed, okay, benefit will be for more than 1 year. Okay. So whenever you invest the money, your investment is also going to give you benefit, but that benefit will be realized, okay, for more than 1 year over a period of time. And that's why they are known to be capital expenditure. Now, capital expenditure and revenue expenditure, okay, on the concept of these two, our entire budget is based. Entire budget is based, and there we will come to know, okay, capital budget, revenue budget. On the same concept, our foreign trade, balance of payment, there two accounts are there, current account and then capital account. So current account, it is in the nature of revenue. Okay, capital account in the nature of capital, as the name suggests. So investment also is your expenditure, but normally it is known to most of the people, okay, कि investment जो है expenditure नहीं है. ठीक कोई ऐसा investment बताओ जिसमें पैसे खर्च ना हो. Confusion क्यों होता है? Because when you invest the money, okay, so that investment will give you benefit for more than 1 year. Okay, you have purchased the land, you have purchased the building, you have installed a machinery. These are your investments. They are also your expenditure, but they will give you benefit for more than 1 year in the long term. So that is called, they are also known to be capital expenditure, where benefits are going to be realized for more than 1 year. But in case of revenue expenditure, okay, consumption expenditure, they are revenue expenditure because the benefits are going to be consumed very, very soon, very easily, means okay, within 1 year. And that's why they are known to be revenue expenditure. Okay. So अभी इतना ही ध्यान रखो. ये पूरा जो है बजट हम लोग पढ़ेंगे. So again, starting from zero. Okay. So what was the total production? Total production is 8. Okay, see the left corner. Total production is 8. So what was the total income generated? It is also rupees 8. Okay, now come to the third side. What is the total expenditure of the country? The total expenditure is also 5 plus 3, 8. 5 plus 3, 8. Yani revenue expenditure rupees 5 and capital expenditure rupees 3. So what is the total expenditure of the country? So total expenditure also, okay, it is equal to what? Rupees 8. Okay. So this is the third side of the coin. Production, income, and expenditure. These three are said to be, okay, the three sides of the same coin. These three are not three different things. Okay. Production means income and income means expenditure. और ये तीनों हमेशा क्या होते हैं? हमेशा बराबर होते हैं. I repeat again. ठीक है. Let me write now. ठीक है. Okay, again, okay, in a fresh page. Okay. Production means income. Income means expenditure. Okay. Production कितने रुपीस का हुआ? 8 rupees का. ठीक है. So what was the total income generated? So total income generated, ठीक है, rupees 8. So what is the total expenditure of the country? So this is also rupees 8. And these three, they are always going to be equal. And these three are said to be three economic activities. And within that, the entire economy will be discussed. Okay, पूरे economics में इसके अलावे कुछ भी नहीं है. Okay, but among this three, the most important is production, because when production is going to take place, then income will be generated and then comes expenditure. So these three are always going to be equal. It's a totally logical. Okay, later on, when we discuss one of the chapter like national income, so you must be knowing, okay, there are three methods of measuring national income. To measure national income, we have got three methods. Okay, name of the method. The first is called value added method, simply production method, then income method, and then expenditure method. There are three methods of measuring national income, and all the three measures will give you the same answer. Okay, why all the three methods will give you the same answer? So logic I have explained. Because production, income, expenditure, they are not three different things. They are always, okay, going to be equal. And within these three, these are called three economic activities. Three economic activities. और इसी के पूरे भी भीतर हम लोग को पूरी इकोनॉमी पढ़नी होती है, इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं. बिकॉज वॉट एवर वी हैव टू डिस्कस, ठीक है, वी हैव टू डिस्कस विद इन दिस थ्री. आप देखो, मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ, यू पीपल आर पुअर, ठीक है, पीपल बिलोंगिंग टू योर स्टेट, सपोज वेरी पुअर, देयर स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग इज वेरी पुअर. व्हाई यू आर पुअर? बिकॉज यू आर पुअर, योर एक्सपेंडिचर इज वेरी लो. एक्सपेंडिचर कम है तो क्या है? स्टैंडर्ड लिविंग वेरी पुअर. ठीक है, तो उसको बढ़ाने के लिए क्या करना होगा? Income will have to be generated, and for that, what is needed? Production has to be increased. Okay, so yes, so within these three, the entire economics will be discussed, and इसके अलावा economics में और कुछ भी नहीं है. Okay, but among these three, the most powerful is, okay, production, because production is the world. Around that, everything is going to move, and that's why the whole world, okay, policy is the same. The policy of the whole world is the same to move the country forward. How come? So by increasing production. ठीक है, क्योंकि प्रोडक्शन जब बढ़ेगा फिर क्या होगा? इनकम जनरेट होगा. कैन यू टेल मी, ठीक है, द नेम ऑफ द कंट्री दैट इज सेड टू बी द लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, known to everyone? It's a USA. It's a USA. So what is the criteria? On what basis you can say USA is on the top? The criteria is GDP. GDP is what? Production. It means in USA, maximum production is taking place. So when maximum production is taking place, it means generation of income will be maximum where? In USA. Okay, so everything will be maximized. That is the case. Okay, we people of India, since our production level is very low, although our ranking is fifth, but as compared to America and China and other developed countries, our GDP is very low, very low. So GDP is low, total production is low. Okay, more of a huge population, so per capita income is very low. So what I want to say, except for the only thing around that, everything is going to move in this subject, that is called production. Production. So production is the world. Okay, around that, all the concepts are moving, whether it's an Indian economy or world economy. Okay, and that's why production is always discussed in the name of GDP kato, growth kato. The whole world is talking about, okay, growth rate. So yes, okay, these are the technical sides of production. But remember, okay, full and final, the only thing around that we have to discuss, एक ही चीज है, उससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है. आज के बाद कुछ भी पढ़ोगे तो फिर जो है लौट करके वहीं पहुंच जाओगे प्रोडक्शन पे. ठीक है, प्रोडक्शन के अलावा और कुछ भी नहीं है. ठीक है, एंड द रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स, दे आर द डिफरेंट फेसेस ऑफ द वर्ल्ड प्रोडक्शन. सो आई होप नाउ, ठीक है, you people are a little bit comfortable. Your comment is needed because now we will have to conclude. Okay, it was simply a demo class, so I have my own limitation. We have to discuss the things in very, very detail, very, very detail. But that I will be taking up only when your classes will start, regular classes. Okay, so your comment, please. Okay, any question you can ask and suggestion as well.
Students, feel free to ask questions. If you don't ask question from Mr. Jha, then from whom you will ask? I think there's things are, students are very clear
No
about.
suggestion. Okay. No messages. Okay. So it's the time to say goodbye from here. Okay. I hope you
Thank
have
you, sir.
enjoyed the
बहुत
class.
मजा आया आपके क्लास
And
में. We have
when
really
we start
enjoyed.
the main courses, okay, then we will be discussing things in detail.
Okay, there are some certain questions, sir. Which book we
How
should refer?
economics is related to CA. Okay. Which book we should follow? Initially, you
Yeah.
start with 11th NCRT. That's all. Okay. First 11th NCRT. Then economics related to CA. Okay. CA means okay. Now these two are two different things. Economics basically is coming under CA is basically commerce. Okay. Commerce people, but there also economics is not. But sure of it. Okay. Thanks a lot for attending the classes. Okay. And I hope you have enjoyed the class. Okay. Good night. From my
Thank you,
side.
sir. Thank you very much. And thank you to all the students who are here. I hope you have been, enlightened by the session. Maza, you must have enjoyed it. It was a great session in any case. Yes, Anuj, are you there? Yeah.
Yes, so students, I think it was a very, very fruitful session and a very deep insight on the concept of Indian economy. Okay. And we really hope that you have benefited from the session. And tomorrow we are coming up with a session by our very own Alok Kumar on fundamental rights, which is part of Indian polity. Okay. So Alok, you'll be enlightening them tomorrow on the fundamental rights.
Absolutely. I'm excited to be there tomorrow.
All right. So then we'll meet tomorrow. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, students, to me and Alok, you can feel free to call. And we'll meet tomorrow again at 5:30 p.m. with a very motivating and very informative session on fundamental rights. Thank you so much and good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Dhruva. Thank you for your recording. Thank you so much. Good night.